Did you know that last week I uploaded my 100th video? If not, go watch my 100th video to know how I felt about having that many YouTube videos on my channel. As a little celebration, I thought I should honor my channel a bit. See my channel art as well as my channel intro and outro? There are 6 franchises that are on all of those things, as those are my favorite franchises. But which ones are my pure favorites? That's what I'm figuring out in this ranking video, and note that even the least favorites of the bunch still have places in my heart. Dream yourself up a good fantasy friend, and let's tackle the list. Hey, I'm Owen, the Fiction Fanboy, and here are the top 6 main series on my YouTube channel. DC Superhero Girls. I may get a little hate from girls for putting this series at the bottom of the list, though I will say that it's not a terrible series, just not as good as the one you'll see later. In 2015, Mattel had DC follow the formula of teenage characters, mostly girls, attending a special high school, similar to Monster High and Ever After High, and it was nice to see Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and some other baddies being on the hero side with Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Batgirl. One thing that bummed me about the series was that it's a web series of shorts instead of a TV show, so Lauren Faust has quote-unquote rebooted it in the last year and a half in the 2010 decade. Some elements from better series, again, I'll get to it shortly, were used for the main characters' personalities, and I'm glad Zatanna ain't a minor character here. The writing and supporting characters of the show, and even a fraction of the shorts could be improved on, yet it's not on Teen Titans Go level of trash. My Little Pony. Here we are, the best female franchise on my channel. I was one of those boys that thought girl stuff was yucky back then. However, I kind of had a soft spot for it growing in me the more I saw it, and saw some stuff that isn't just meant for girls, such as the action scenes. Yeah, I became a brony because of the Friendship is Magic series, which consisted of over 200 episodes for like a whole decade, as well as a theatrical movie and a spin-off series known as Equestria Girls that had the crazy idea of literally humanizing characters that somehow worked. For me at least. There are songs that make me want to relate to the characters, regardless of whether they're heroic or villainous. Hasbro's next move for the main 6, still voiced by the OG voice cast, is to put them in a slice of life series in a new animation style, which I'm okay with. Just hopefully the idea will execute well and not be like any of the reboots Cartoon Network has made. Sonic the Hedgehog. Gamers, we have now gotten to the goodness of using controllers and other devices to interact with characters on our screens. So Sonic the Hedgehog is the fastest thing alive in his universe of animals that also have their own powers to face the intelligent human known as Dr. Eggman. More recently, Sonic's been more hit and miss than other video game franchises, although I do find something to like in a majority of the games, whether it's the soundtrack, the level ideas, the characters, or heck, the stories aren't the worst that I know of. Sonic isn't just on the gaming market. He got some TV shows, one of them is an anime, and more recently, a theatrical movie that does justice to other video game film adaptations. In my life, I feel like a Sonic more than other characters, cause I like to get things done early or on time. Blue is my favorite color, and I have green eyes. He's not stopping anytime soon, and if he does, I may too. And boy, I don't want that to happen. The Legend of Zelda. You may already know who's the most popular Nintendo mascot, and if you do, you better know who the real main character of this series is, or you'll be in trouble. Just saying that Link is a human, whether he's a kid or grown up, depends on the game you're playing. who must travel across and beyond Hyrule and use items like bombs, bow and arrow, and a sword to save the world from being ruled over by evil people such as Ganondorf. You're gonna need to solve a lot of puzzles and defeat various enemies by figuring out what items you need to use for those situations. The puzzles and enemies can be tricky, especially when you're playing a harder version of the normal game nowadays. Nevertheless, they are doable and beatable. Don't think you're alone on this journey, because aside from Zelda on some occasions, you'll get help from creatures of all different species, and side quests can lead to some special things, so feel free to give all of those shots at a portion of your spare time. Teen Titans. If you were to ask me right now who my favorite superhero is, my answer would be the original Teen Titans. The 2003 Cartoon Network incarnation of the DC team of super teens is still one of the best cartoons to this day. Aside from the leader who substitutes superpowers with weapons, the pretty and powerful alien princess wanting to understand Earth, the human-robot hybrid, the green animal shapeshifter, and the half-demon capable of using magic, you got animation that looks like it's drawn by people who've worked on anime, especially considering that there's a Japanese theme song in the show. Villains that want to do the biggest of crimes for their own good, jokes and quotes that aren't going to get old, and episodes that display the most impactful of moments, whether they present sadness, darkness, romance, and the list continues. Yeah, the series ended with the closest as we get to a revival right now is a crossover among the one reboot that changed the characters way too much that they aren't really their superhero selves. Let's get to the indisputable number 1 pick at this very moment. Super Mario Bros. I have realized that this isn't just my single favorite franchise, it's the oldest and most recognizable one in the bunch. A lot of gamers can hardly forget the plumber with the red cap, overalls, and a mustache that must save a princess from a turtle that breathes fire, has claws, and possesses a spiky shell for life. With or without the assistance of other inhabitants of the Mushroom Kingdom, he gets access to power-ups like the ones in the Mushroom and Flower families. Throughout the years, all the same, he has been starting go-kart races with his friends and enemies, participating in the most chaotic of parties, playing sports from one or more after one or more, and he has the guts to put up some fights against Nintendo characters among some other video game characters outside the Big N. Honestly, if Mario wasn't in Smash Bros., I never would have played any of the fighting games and stuck with the platforming and other family-friendly genres of gaming. Mario is the main gaming mascot that is still continuing to be a mascot. Okay, Sonic is still going in a way, a non-straightforward way to say. This is the one franchise I believe you're all happy to see when coming onto my YouTube channel, and it pleases me and Mario. There! Now how would you rank these 6 franchises? If that's too tough, try telling me 6 of your all-time favorite fiction franchises, TV, movies, and or video games. This video is finished. Thanks for supporting me the past 100 videos, and good night-o!